Hello everyone, today we are going to dive into a crucial environmental topic, how nutrients like nitrate and phosphate can affect our aquatic ecosystems. Ever wondered why some lakes and ponds are crystal clear and others are murky and covered in algae? Well, stick around and we'll break this down for you. By the end of this video, you're going to understand how excess nutrients can be harmful and how different lakes vary in nutrient levels, and also what we can do to protect our water sources. Let's start with the basics. Nitrate and phosphate are essential nutrients for plant growth. On land, they help crops flourish, but on standing in slow-moving waters like lakes, ponds, and reservoirs, where nutrients accumulate over time, they needed to be carefully balanced.
So, where do these nutrients come from? Primarily, they enter water bodies through the first one is agricultural runoff. Fertilizers used on farms contain high levels of nitrates and phosphates. When it rains, these nutrients wash into nearby streams and lakes. The second one is sewage and wastewater. Human waste, detergent, soap can introduce phosphates into the water system. The third one is industrial pollution. Factories sometimes release wastewater containing high levels of these nutrients. And the last one is natural processes. Decaying plants and animal waste can contribute, but human activities significantly amplify the problem.
So what happens when nitrate and phosphate levels rises too much?
That's when things get tricky. When excess nutrients enter the water, often from agricultural runoff, sewages, or industrial waste, they fuel the rapid growth of aquatic plants, particularly the algae. This phenomenon is called eutrophication. This is the example of eutrophication. Eutrophication might sound like a good thing at first. More plants mean more oxygen, right?
Yes.
Not quite. Aquatic plants, particularly the algae, grow uncontrollably, resulting in algal blooms. So these blooms create a dense mass on the water surface. So they block the sunlight from reaching the submerged plants and disrupting the aquatic ecosystem. As the algae die and decompose, the bacteria breaks down. Then the dead algae consumes a large amount of dissolved oxygen, leading to hypoxic or anoxic, which cause fish and other aquatic organisms to struggle to survive or suffocate and eventually die. Yes.
Now, not all lakes and ponds have the same nutrient levels. Scientists classify water bodies into three categories based on their nutrient levels and biological productivity. Lakes and water bodies are classified into three categories.
Now, let's talk about oligotrophic water, nature's version of a high-definition water body. Picture crystal clear water with sunlight penetrating all the way down. Unlike murky, algae-filled water, oligotrophic water have very little organic buildup, so their oxygen level stay high from top to bottom.
Because nutrients like nitrates and phosphates are scarce, there's not much algae or aquatic plant growth, keeping the water clean and unspoiled. While they might not be teeming with life like eutrophic lakes, the species they do support are adapted to these conditions. Famous examples are Lake Tahoe from the US and Lake Baikal in Russia. If you ever get a chance to visit one, take a moment to appreciate the untouched beauty of these natural wonders.
Mesotropic water are the happy medium of the aquatic world. They just have the right amount of nutrients, not too little like your oligotropic water and not too much like your eutrophic ones. With a balanced mix of nitrogen and phosphorus, these waters support a healthy level of aquatic plant and algae growth without tipping into a full-blown algae bloom chaos. This makes them productive but stable ecosystems, providing a thriving habitat for a variety of fish and aquatic life while keeping the water relatively clean. Well, you can think of mesotropic water as a perfect middle ground between pristine and your overgrown type of water.
So now, let's dive into the eutrophic types of water. So, eutrophic types of waters are flooded with nutrients, or I should say overloaded with nutrients, mainly due to human activities such as sewage discharge, agricultural runoff, and industrial pollution. The result? Murky, dark green, or brown water choked with algae. Sunlight struggles to penetrate, and while the water might look alive with plant growth, it's actually a ticking time bomb for aquatic life. So here's the problem. All that excess algae eventually dies and decomposes, and as bacteria breaks down, they guzzle up the oxygen in the water. This leads to dangerously low oxygen levels, especially in deeper areas, causing massive fish kills where entire populations suffocate. Some eutrophic lakes even experience toxic algal blooms and releasing harmful compounds to threaten the fish, wildlife, and eventually human health. Because of these harsh conditions, only a handful of hardy species can survive here, making eutrophic lakes far less biodiverse than their oligotrophic or mesotrophic counterparts. A few well-known examples: Lake Erie, which has battled several algal blooms due to pollution, and of course, our very own Laguna Lake due to the influx of pollutants from its densely populated watershed, including untreated sewage, industrial waste, and agricultural runoff.
Understanding eutrophication is crucial for protecting our water ecosystem. So clear lakes and thriving aquatic life depend on how we manage nutrients. So next time you see a green, murky pond, you'll know what's happening beneath the surface. Thank you.